All right, aiming for that captain's chair.
Some pretty awesome prep materials you've got there from RoleCatcher.
Yeah, a career guide, an
And
interview guide, even stuff about their AI platform.
we're going to break all that down.
So you can really nail these interviews.
It's interesting with this career path. It's not just about steering a ship.
Right.
You're a leader. You're a decision maker, sometimes a diplomat,
Right.
dealing with crazy, weather complex machinery.
Exactly. And the what they do section of this career guide really highlights just how many different types of vessels you could be captaining,
Yeah,
each with their own unique challenges.
absolutely.
This is not an entry-level position.
Yep.
You've worked your way up the ranks.
Right.
They know that going in.
Yeah.
So it's really about how you articulate that.
Exactly how you demonstrate that experience.
So let's jump right into the first question from the interview guide.
Okay.
What inspired you to become a ship captain?
It seems simple,
Right,
but they want more than, I love the ocean.
right. More than just the surface level.
Really think about that. Why was there a moment, a defining moment?
Mm-hmm.
Family connection to the sea,
Right,
a book you read as a kid that sparked your imagination.
right.
That specific story is going to make you stand out
Absolutely.
and connect that inspiration to your career path.
Exactly.
Did you start as a deckhand learning from more experienced sailors?
Yeah.
Did you face challenges early on that made you even more ambitious?
Right. And this is where I think RoleCatcher's AI can be really helpful.
Oh, absolutely.
It analyzes the job description and it can point out things that they're emphasizing in the job description,
Absolutely.
like leadership under pressure or crisis management.
Yeah.
And then you can weave that into your answer to this question.
Yeah, you're showing them you've got what they're looking for.
Right.
You're speaking their language.
Like having a coach
It is.
who knows the playbook
Yeah.
for that exact interview.
It's tailored to you.
Yeah,
Specific to this job.
Okay, question number 2. Can you walk us through your experience as a ship captain?
Time to show off those sea legs.
Yeah, this is where you get into the specifics.
Yeah.
Don't just list the ships you captain.
Right.
Tell them about a challenging voyage, a time you had to make a tough decision in rough seas.
Absolutely.
What kind of vessel was it?
Yep. What were the stakes?
And quantify your experience.
Yes. Quantify.
How many crew members were you leading?
Right. How much tonnage were you responsible for?
Those details really paint a picture
They do. It makes it real for them.
of your capabilities.
And anticipate follow-up questions.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They might ask, what was the biggest lesson you learned?
Yeah.
Or how did you apply that lesson to later voyages?
Right. Okay. Question 3 gets into safety.
Okay.
How do you ensure the safety of the crew and the vessel?
Big one.
This is a big one.
Yeah.
And the career guide really stresses that captains face a ton of hazards.
All kinds of stuff.
Rogue waves, mechanical failures.
Human error.
So it's not enough to just say, I follow the regulations.
Yeah.
Explain how you are proactive about safety.
Right. Give an example.
Maybe you implemented a new safety drill
Yeah.
or found a way to improve communication during emergencies.
Exactly.
And here's another tip.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI can look at your CV and the job description and point out possible skill gaps.
Oh, that's useful.
And if, let's say, safety training is highlighted,
Uh-huh.
you can address that right in your answer.
Hit it off at the pass.
Yeah, I recently completed a course on...
Perfect shows initiative.
Right.
Okay. Question 4 is about leadership.
How do you manage the crew and ensure smooth operations?
Think about a time you had to resolve a conflict on board.
Yeah.
Or motivate your team when everybody's exhausted.
It's really about building trust
It is.
and inspiring your crew,
Especially on those long trips.
where tensions can get high.
A ship is like its own little society,
Right.
but with added pressure and danger.
Right. So your leadership has to reflect that.
Yeah.
Speaking of danger, question 5 jumps right in.
Oh, boy.
How do you handle emergencies, like severe weather or mechanical failures?
Uh-huh.
The career guide mentions navigation knowledge.
This is where you prove it.
Yeah. Share a story about a time you faced a real crisis.
A sudden squall. A critical repair at sea.
And don't just say you stayed calm.
Right.
Show them how you were a steady hand.
Exactly.
Be ready for those follow-ups.
Always.
How did you communicate with your crew during the emergency?
Right.
What did you do to prevent it from happening again?
Good questions.
Question 6 gets into the money.
The financial side.
How do you manage the budget and ensure cost-effective operations?
This isn't just about numbers.
Right.
It's about the big picture.
Fuel efficiency,
Mm.
optimizing routes, negotiating with suppliers.
Exactly.
And again, RoleCatcher can help here.
How so?
It might see keywords in the job description like cost optimization or resource allocation.
Right.
and you can tailor your answer to show off your expertise.
You're connecting the dots for them.
It's like a cheat sheet,
Kind of.
but it's helping you connect your own experience
Yeah.
to what they want to hear.
Smart.
Question 7, the human element.
Okay.
How do you handle crew disputes and maintain a positive work environment?
Because let's face it, you're not just a captain.
Right.
You're a leader responsible for everyone on board.
And spending all that time at sea with the same people.
Yeah, weeks or months.
Things can get tense.
Absolutely.
So share an example of how you successfully handled a conflict.
Right, or fostered that team spirit,
They want to know you can create a respectful, supportive environment.
even when things are tough.
Because a strong crew,
Is a captain's best asset.
and that's what this question's all about.
Okay, so we've covered 7 out of 8 sample questions.
Feeling more prepared,
I hope so.
but we're not done yet.
Nope, one more to go.
And this one's all about staying ahead of the curve in a changing industry.
We'll be right back with that,
Stay tuned for part 2.
where we'll break down that last question.
And look even deeper into the resources RoleCatcher has to help you chart your course to success.
Welcome back.
All right, we made it through 7 tough interview questions.
7 down.
And we're dropping anchor on the last one.
This one's all about staying ahead of the curve.
You've got all this experience,
The years of it.
but the maritime world is always changing.
All
New tech, new regulations, even environmental concerns.
Yeah, it's a whole new ballgame.
So question 8 gets right to the heart of it.
Okay.
How do you stay up to date with industry trends and regulations?
They want to know you're not just coasting,
Right.
that you're learning and adapting.
So it's easy to say, I read industry journals.
Yeah, but everybody says that.
But go deeper.
Right.
Which publications?
Yeah, what conferences have you been to?
Workshops.
Exact.
And the career guide emphasizes certifications.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
So mention any. You have Master Marinership Security Officer,
Absolutely.
but don't just list them. Explain how they've made you a better captain.
How they've kept you at the forefront.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be really helpful.
Okay, how so?
That career compass feature.
Yeah.
It can analyze your skills and compare them to what's happening in the industry.
And tell you what you need to work on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It can identify those areas for development.
So, for example,
Yeah.
maybe it highlights a need for expertise in autonomous navigation systems.
Which is a growing trend.
Huge trend. And you can say in your answer, well, I'm taking online courses in that.
I'm attending workshops.
Exactly.
So you're showing them you're proactive.
Yeah, you're already on it.
It's like a roadmap for your career,
I like that.
showing you where the industry is going.
And how to get there.
All right, let's shift gears for a second.
Okay.
Talk about career progression.
Uh-huh.
The Advancing Your Career section mentions possibilities like port captain or fleet manager.
Right. More shoreside stuff.
So if you're interested in those roles,
Yeah.
make sure your answers show that.
How's
Talk about any management responsibilities you had on board
right.
or times you're involved in port operations.
It's good experience.
Even if you're not looking to come ashore right now,
Yeah.
it shows you're thinking long term.
Exactly. You're ambitious.
And it tells them you're not just looking for a job.
right.
You're looking to build a career.
In this industry.
Okay, and let's not forget networking.
Ah, yes.
The career guide mentions industry events,
Yeah, conferences, meet and greets.
connecting with other professionals.
Absolutely.
And guess what? RoleCatcher can help here too.
No way, how?
Network management tools.
Oh, wow.
You can keep track of your contacts,
Yeah.
your interactions.
Set reminders to follow up.
Right. It's like a digital first mate,
I like that.
keeping you connected.
Okay, so we've covered all 8 sample questions.
Yeah, from the interview guide.
Feeling prepped.
I hope so. But there's one more thing we need to talk about,
Oh, what's that?
and it's not in the materials.
Hmm.
It's something every captain needs to be prepared for,
Okay.
even though it's rare.
Oh, could it be?
Pirates.
Pirates. Really?
I know it sounds like a history book thing,
Yeah.
but it's still a real threat in some parts of the world,
True.
and interviewers might want to know you're ready.
Okay, so how would you answer that?
If they asked, how would you handle a modern-day pirate situation?
Wow, that's a curveball.
This isn't about swinging swords
Right.
or burying treasure.
Right.
It's about showing leadership, thinking on your feet, protecting your crew and your cargo.
Okay, so what's the right approach?
They want to see you're calm and collected.
Not panicking.
No swashbuckling heroics.
Right.
Start by acknowledging it's a serious threat
Yeah.
and that you follow security protocols.
Okay.
Mention any anti-piracy training you've had or
Yeah.
specific procedures, evasive maneuvers, communication protocols.
Got it.
Maybe even talk about security technology that's used on ships.
Uh-huh.
The point is to show them you've thought about this. You know the risks.
And you have a plan.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about impressing them.
Right.
But it's a two-way street.
It is.
You're interviewing them too.
Absolutely.
The career guide doesn't really get into this.
Yeah.
But you should be researching the company.
What's their safety record like?
Yeah, what's their reputation?
Do they care about their crew?
Do they invest in training?
Ask those questions in the interview.
That's idea.
Shows you're serious.
Yeah, you're not just desperate for a job.
Remember, you're not just looking for a job.
Right.
You're looking for the right fit.
A company that shares your values.
A team you could be part of.
Exactly.
Stay tuned for the last part of our deep dive
We'll tie everything together.
and leave you with some final thoughts. All right, back for the final leg of our journey.
We've covered a lot.
Interview questions, career paths, even battling pirates.
Haha, yeah. But before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I think it's worth going back to something we talked about earlier.
Okay.
The human side of being a captain. You know, you're not just in charge of the ship and the cargo.
Right.
You're leading a team
A team of people.
in a high-stress environment.
Often isolated.
The career guide mentions managing crew disputes.
Right.
But let's go deeper.
Okay.
Imagine you're weeks into a crossing the Atlantic. Maybe.
Yeah.
Morale is low.
Uh-huh.
Tensions are high. How do you handle that?
As the captain.
Those interpersonal issues.
Right. It's more than just giving orders.
It is
It's about building a team.
fostering that sense of camaraderie.
Being approachable.
Those soft skills are just as important as the technical stuff.
Especially when you're far from land.
Exactly. So think about ways to let your crew connect,
Yeah.
de-stress, blow off some steam,
Movie night could
butt
be.
games,
Maybe a tournament.
just having those open conversations.
Where people feel heard.
Yeah. And don't forget about recognition,
Let's hear.
showing appreciation.
A simple thank you goes a long way.
Right. Or acknowledging someone's hard work. It can really boost morale,
It's about building a culture
where everyone feels valued,
respected and supported,
even when things get tough.
which they always do at sea.
So as you're prepping for your interview,
Yeah.
think about how you'll showcase that,
Not just the experience and the technical skills.
but your ability to lead a team.
With empathy.
Because at the end of the day,
Yep.
a captain is only as good as their crew.
All right, so we've been focused on the interview.
Right.
But remember, this is just the start.
The beginning of the journey.
The maritime world is huge.
Full of opportunities.
Keep learning. Keep exploring.
Keep pushing yourself.
To be a better leader,
And a better mariner.
whether you're captaining a cargo ship,
A tanker.
a cruise liner,
Whatever it is.
the stuff you've learned here
Yeah.
will help you throughout your career.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe one day you'll be the one giving advice
Passing on the wisdom.
to the next generation of captains.
So there you have it.
We've covered it all.
Interview prep career insights.
Even the human element of leadership.
Hopefully you're feeling more confident,
And prepared
inspired to take that next step.
in your maritime career.
That wraps up our deep dive into the world of ship captain interviews.
Hope you found it useful.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.